Kazım begins searching for the man who sent Abidin to an orphanage. Suddenly Esma calls him and tells him that Ayla cheated on Sinan and she goes to live in her house. Esma asks Kazım to come and sort it out. Sinan, leaving, tells his mother that even Phallus could not crush her. And he asks, who is Ayla? Meanwhile, Ferit comes to his mother and complains that Dyer left him right on the phone. Gülcan thinks that this is not for nothing. Ferit suspects that the reason is jealousy of Sinan. After learning the details, Gülcan says that the girl wants marriage. Gülcan asks Ferit to put himself in Dyer's place. Ferit thinks that the mother may be right, and decides to talk to Dyer. Gülcan asks not to offend the girl. Meanwhile, the grandfather asks Dyer when Ferit will come. Dyer tells his grandmother that she was afraid to ask Ferit such a thing. And that's why I decided to break up with him. Grandfather İlyas agrees that his granddaughter's relationship is in the past. He lets her cry, but only for 2 days. Dyer decides to get to work right away and asks his grandfather to prepare a hotel room for a meeting with the team. Meeting Sinan in the courtyard of the house, Sinan says that he has business in the office and needs to leave urgently. In fact, Sinan is going to resolve the issue with the realtor. As soon as Sinan entered the house, her mother-in-law immediately began to announce the rules when to go down for breakfast. "You're welcome," Sinan told her. Elle apologizes and says welcome. Sinan says that he and Sinan don't have breakfast so early. Ayla also says that Sinan does not go to bed until she goes to bed. Next, Ayla leads Sinan into the bedroom. Sinan draws attention to the fact that in addition to the bed, there are also a lot of sofas in the bedroom. Ayla informs me that she sleeps in the next room. Sinan says that he is very sorry, because he liked the house that Sinan liked too. Next, Sinan learns from the realtor that he talked to Sinan this morning. Sinan asks how he got his wife's number, and he admits that Ferit gave him the number. Sinan loses his temper after learning that Sinan watched this house with Ferit. The assistant asks him to calm down, and he says that there have been no seizures for a very long time. This is because there were no ferrets of Karkins in our life, Sinan answers him. Meanwhile, Ferit comes to Dyer's house. Grandma opens the door, finding out that it's Ferit. She takes her wand and goes outside. Grandma explains to Ferit that time is priceless for a woman, and you either have to get married or split up, as Grandpa said. Ferit still gets a meeting with Dyer, and Grandma tells him the address where she is at work. Calling Sinan a guest, Ayla doesn't let her do anything in the kitchen. Suddenly, Sinan returned home. His mother immediately notices the scratches on his arm, and Sinan asks to be left alone with Sinan. Then they accuse each other of lying, and Sinan says that everything is finished with this house. He scares the Sinan in earnest, so he asked him to be confident and calm down. And suddenly the doorbell rings. The Kantari family is being opened, and the whole Sinan family is standing on the threshold. Kazım even took his pets with him. Sinan was very pleased with her family. "We are one family," Kazım says. And he asks Kazıl to pick up the birds. Hiding behind her uncle, she asks if they have nicknames. And Kazım calls the rooster Orhan and the hen an Ifakat. Giving the birds to the servants, Kazım says that he will check how they live here. Next, Kazım, seeing the table, begins to look for flaws on it that need to be fixed, since his daughter lives here. Suna tells Sinan that her father has come in handy at least once in 40 years.